And did Dr. Good get her shebang?
Right. We just need a reminder is all. What on earth is my computer doing?
Okay, I can hum the song.
You can hum the song. You should be in show tunes.
I love me some show tunes.
Just because you can hum our song, you
I
be in show tunes.
love me some show tunes.
It's time to be in show tunes, Kathy.
You know that's a fact.
Kathy, it's time for you to be in show tunes.
That's a fact. Is that me?
That's my dad.
I was like, is that my phone ringing?
All right, and then I sent you a text message to send Santa Claus a message.
All right, and tell us when you want to. There, we got Charles's voice getting ready to go.
Live from VentureX Studios, it's JP, Kathy, and the crew.
The crew! Today is Wednesday. It's Christmas.
It's getting close.
Oh, it's getting close.
We are 2 days out from being 1 week away from Christmas. So super excited. How about you?
Is it Christmas time?
Oh my goodness.
I've been
Look
2020. I think it's
around.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I'm telling you, it's so funny. I hope I don't get a mask or a roll of toilet paper ornament from anyone.
Well, I guess I'll take my presents back.
There you go.
How
and
depressing.
You're welcome. No.
And you're welcome. Well, I'll
But
tell
have
you what.
seen there's so many of them.
Oh, there's a ton. 2020 with the toilet paper roll.
Like,
and,
oh my goodness.
yeah, it's craziness. So super excited today because I'm texting right now with Santa Claus.
Santa's coming.
And guess what appeared in my pocket this morning? I didn't have this in my pocket last night, but this morning that appeared in my pocket.
You are kidding me.
No.
Is that an Amazon gift card?
Amazon gift
Did I
card.
see a $50?
$50. Santa has told me.
And you did not have that in your coat pocket
No.
when you went to bed last night.
I did not, and I woke up with it in my pocket.
Santa.
And so this morning, Santa said, dig into your pocket. That's what I'm giving away today between 8:45 and 9 o'clock
Love it.
to the 7th caller. And we're going to flash on the screen the phone number here in just
Love
a
it,
moment.
Love it and love it.
But yeah, so Santa's going to make an appearance between 8:45 and 9 this morning.
Awesome.
And then he's going to tell me when to ho, 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 the caller's in. And so when that
All
happens,
right.
you want to be the 7th caller into the show so that we can give you Santa's gift for
We
this
can
week.
spread some Christmas cheer.
$50 of it anyway.
Via Amazon.
And Kathy, if I see you pick up your phone and start dialing in, I'm
Wait,
shutting you down.
What? I was programming the phone in.
Yeah,
Is that-
no. That's the
I'll
thing.
be like, I'll be under. Santa, just ask Santa if I'm the 7th caller.
You're funny. So and we're going to have Chambrielle tell you the phone number to call in as well because we want to hear her voice this morning.
Oh, absolutely.
I love hearing Chambrielle's voice.
And you know what? We've got to give a shout out to Chambrielle. She is so phenomenal. First of all, a shout out to Faye Curtis, who we love dearly, who is the one who recommended Chambrielle come on as an intern for our show. And she has become part of our family here. And we just love her dearly. And she is crazy talented. I think Dr. Good's getting ready to get him, but real quick.
She's ready when you're ready to let her in.
The other day, it was so funny because my brother, trying not to hurt my feelings, and he's like, about you producing the show the other day. And I said, well, first of all, I hit the go live button and I changed one camera angle. So that's not exactly producing. And he's like, is Chambrielle going to be in on Friday? And I said, yes, she is. And he's like, that's excellent. That's really good. I was like, dude,
excellent.
It's not like I said I was good at the technology part of it.
She says she's in the waiting room.
Oh.
All right. Well,
we're getting ready for Ask Dr.B Good, Rebecca Good to come on the show, our educational expert. People have I had two friends call me the other day and they're like, with the legislative session coming up, do you know? And both of them had heard completely different rumors about what was going to be done this legislative session with school scheduling and in person and all this kind of stuff. So we're so grateful that we have Dr. Good to keep us up on what is happening with your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, what's happening with our youth, who we're counting on to be properly educated so they can take care of us when we're in the nursing home.
Are you vibrating?
I am. It's
Wow,
me.
that was loud.
It was me.
That was super loud.
Yeah, good ears.
Hey, thanks.
Oh, you don't have your headset on.
I don't.
So, okay, so is Dr. Good? Okay. Oh, well, then let's bring her on.
Well,
There she
looky.
is.
Oh, thumbs up. We got a thumbs up from the doctor this morning.
And we're waving to her, but she
Oh, we're
can't
waving.
see us.
Yeah, she can't see us because the computer doesn't turn
She can
face
see us later when she goes back and sees her on there.
And now we can't hear her. There she is.
We can hear her now.
So, Dr. Rebecca Good, first of all, Merry Christmas.
Igualmente, thank you.
Good morning. I think we're trying to get her volume up a little.
Well, they can hear her out in the world.
Oh, awesome.
It's that we
Okay.
can't hear her on the speaker.
Gotcha. Well, good morning, Dr. Good. Merry Christmas.
Good morning,
Santa's
everyone.
coming.
Thank you, and same to you.
Thank you.
You would think, and in years past, this week before the break is sort of that nothing much happening. Let's just get to Friday, right? Let's just make it the winter holiday parties on Friday.
Yes.
And then it's good, right? We're coasting. Not this year.
No.
This year we have all sorts of things going on. You said rumors. I will tell you that I've talked to legislators this week and last week, and they promised that the pub ed fund is the last place they're going to be looking. So, I mean, it's nice to hear that, and I've not heard them that vehement in years past. So, but of course,
I'm going to agree with you on that because you and I were both on a Facebook Live event the other day with three of the Collin County legislators. Every single one of them, and they made sure, even though they had the same answer, basically, they came on and said, education funds, this is not the time to be messing around with our education funds. And I'm like fist pumping up in the air, you know? So you're right. I've never heard anybody so just so forthright in there. Hey, don't even worry about that. I'm hearing crazy rumors, Dr. Good. Like, a couple of my girlfriends have heard things about how that the legislators are going to make everything remote until this time next year, and then I'm trying to remember the other one was kind of on the opposite end of that. And I said no. I said basically, and let me ask you, this is still a local campus decision when it comes to remote versus virtual and things like that. I mean, the TEA is not dictating who does what.
No, it's not that simple.
Okay.
So I can't just say, you know what, I feel like we should go remote the 2 weeks after we get back from Christmas break.
Okay.
Just to, I don't have, nobody has that power.
Okay.
What has to happen is we have to check with the county health departments before that. Like, I'm going to be checking the second week before we come back, the second week of break. I will be checking with my facilities person. We're going to look at Dallas County numbers especially, and we will then contact Dallas County and say, what is your opinion? Should we go virtual or can we open? And if they say we think that you should go virtual because our numbers show us that this is a very, very hot spot right now.
Right.
And we can get that in writing.
Okay.
Writing.
Okay, so that's a big
Then we can
thing.
show that.
Okay.
Then we can show that to TEA, and we can get funded. It is not just willy-nilly. We decided to go virtual because we wanted to. We felt like it. It's not that simple. No.
Okay. Well, and then that helps. And so, but those decisions are not being made. I don't think the legislators are going to make decisions like that based on one pandemic that, especially in Texas, we only meet for 6 months every other year. So they're not going to make some kind of decision that's going to stand for 10 years when it's again, it depends on your county's health, basically.
So the type of statute or bills that they are writing have to do with remote learning, when remote learning can be triggered, maybe things like that, which be available pandemic or no pandemic, because we now know, and because we have been able to trust our families with our devices, which I'd be guilty of that. I did not want to send my devices home.
Yeah.
What if the kid forgot it? Then school. But now we feel very comfortable sending our devices home, don't we?
Now that's like a no big deal. You can't believe that was ever an afterthought.
Yes. And so now we can say, gosh, now we can trust virtual learning for when they're sick for 3 days, right?
Right.
And so we can count days as not sick as actually virtual instruction and get paid for that.
Right.
But remember, one of the big changes that has to happen this session is permission to do away with the old funding bill, the
Right.
statute, and create a new one. Because how were we always, for 100 years, how were we paid? Butts in seats.
Yeah, ADA, exactly. That's why truancy has always been such a big part of the financial component of schools.
And so I'm going to tell you that if you're not hearing truancy issues from districts, they're not talking about it. They're having them. But they're
Oh,
not
yes.
Truancy is probably one of the scariest, most unspoken issues in school districts, probably around the country. I'll just talk to Texas right now, because I'm going to tell you, I have a big fancy consultant that we have.
Right.
That is track. And guess what? We're still having some issues. We
Right.
still have adults who think they understand the system and they're not understanding it, and it's still causing us problems.
Right.
And so if I have a big fancy consultant who's working with us, I mean like weekly,
Right.
and districts are not, and we're still having to monitor weekly. I mean, that's how different and how just resistant adults can be in the school system to doing things a new way.
Right. Well,
And
it's
I know
and I'm seeing that even with my son's ISD, a drastic difference from the end of last school year. I mean, I was like, I took you to get a shot today at the allergist, and I know you missed at least 30 minutes of this class. I haven't sent a notice in telling them that I had done that yet, and nobody's pinged me. Boy, let me tell you, the second we do something like that this year, this semester, alarm bells are going off if your child's like 2 minutes late.
And I thought my consultant might be interested in hearing this story. I went to birthday dinners with the brothers last night, and one of the my sister-in-laws said to me, and I won't say the school district, my son's school district told them that they don't have to show up for school. They chose virtual. They don't have to show up for school Friday. That even though it's a school day Friday, they don't have to check in Friday.
Wait, what?
What? I said, what? Wait.
Because again,
teachers can't tell them that, because then the school won't get paid. She said, well, that's what they got. They said, hey, it's Friday before school is out, and so you guys don't have to do anything.
Wow. See, and that just floors me. Well, again, I go back to kicking it old school. My teacher days. We would never have. That's like would have been the equivalent back then of telling a student, you know what? It's Friday. We're just going to be doing some parties and whatnot. I'm not even taking attendance, so you can stay home, or you can skip. You can go smoke cigarettes with your friends.
And
That's crazy.
You know how. So you know that is a big no-no. That's against the law.
Yep.
Plus,
Yep.
how will that school district get paid for those kids if they don't log on?
Right.
And so she said, well, I'll go ahead and have them log on Friday then. But it's like, okay, that's 2 kids out of school. And so
Wow.
those are the type of things that are out there. And this is the same school district that is having the teachers take attendance that day.
Right.
But then our teachers can take attendance the next day. Well, our teachers go back and look at the kids that didn't show up during their time to see if they showed up at night, right?
Right.
And so that they can be counted. Only the school secretary can do that in this particular district. Well, only teachers are supposed to change attendance.
Right. Right.
We have all sorts of things that I'm hearing from other districts, and I think John probably is too, And and so I'm thinking, here I have somebody who's a specialist in that, and
Right.
we're still wrestling with some adult thinking
Right.
about how it should be, how it is.
Right.
And yet in other districts, they're just, in essence,
Well,
doing things
I'm
against.
shocked.
and Dr. Good, to go to your point, here's what is really happening here. As a truancy court judge for 28 years, I watched different personalities in different ISDs treat attendance very, very differently. So I'm talking like 15 years ago. You would have certain assistant principals that were on top of their attendance, doing attendance, making sure their students were going to school. If not, they were following the process. They were doing
Right.
the attendance letters, getting to truancy court. And then there was an assistant principal in the same building who didn't do any truancy at all. And it's like, so your alphabet, nobody has 10 unexcused
Nobody has an
absences,
issue?
and then we would see them in mid-April screaming and yelling, "You have to get me in, you have to get me in," because I've got a kid with 64 unexcused absences. And I'm talking at senior high campuses, I'm talking at high school
Wow.
campuses. So this has been going on for a long time. Here's what's fun about your super duper cool, unbelievably handsome consultant.
I don't think she mentioned all of those
Oh, she
superlatives.
didn't? I could have
no.
swore she did.
No.
But here's what she's shaking her
yeah,
head
she's like,
no.
no. She's like, you're just adding that in.
But okay, so I added those things in. But what my program is doing, what Charles and I have written, it's exposing, and this is what we said it was going to do. All the shadows are out of the corners, and you get to know who needs some extra training
Right.
and who doesn't. I
Right.
mean, and it's working. I can tell you, in Frisco, that culture is being remapped. I mean, Kesia Theodore and her team is doing such an amazing job with the building principals and the APs, and it's a culture change. I mean, the wave, and I'm watching it, right? And I'm watching it in other ISDs as we're consulting in it. There's resistance. And what I don't get is this. These are your funding dollars, folks. There's a reason why attendance is attached to a dollar bill. And why wouldn't that be your highest priority? And nobody wants to deal with it.
Well, and I don't get that. And I know as an educator, Dr. Good, you understand this point of view. If your child is not present, be that virtual, be that remote, be that in person, if they're absent, they're not learning. They are missing out. Like they might miss out, 1 week on a lesson that builds on, another project you've got going on 2 semesters down the road. And so you can't miss those components. I don't get that. Like, I don't get why that wouldn't be a top priority. Plus, I don't know. It always seemed it was easy to me. As a teacher, you just take attendance.
That I was interviewed on, one of the radio hosts asked me, he said, Dr. Good, why do you think it is so hard to get some of our school district to sort of move into this new area?
Right.
Said, well, because it's run by a bunch of adults. And he just, the answer caught him off guard. He just cracked up. He said,
Oh.
that's the thing, is that we have a bunch of adults. And here's my other saying with that. We have been guilty as school districts, charter or not charter, ISDs, of not using the budget as a training tool.
Right.
We have let instruction be the only thing that matters, which sounds great, except that if we don't have the budget understanding, then we're not understanding.
Right.
That attendance is important, not only for instruction, but also for funding. And so that's probably a sin. And I've shared my story about how angry I was when I went to get my second master's and for the first time had a school law class.
Right.
And then a funding class. And I was learning things after 13, 15 years in the business that I had never heard before.
Right.
This should not be from administrators, shouldn't be hidden from teachers. This should be part of our daily life, just like it's part of any corporation employee's life, right?
Right.
They're privy to a lot of the funding problems and goals,
Right.
that companies have. I'm very good about that. We need to get better.
Right. Agree.
Well, and again, I go back to it's attendance has always, and I never have understood it, taken a back seat. And the pandemic is making this a front seat driver now, not a front seat passenger even, but a front seat driver. Because guess what? Next semester, you're going to be held accountable, and that's when your funding dollars start again. There's no more. We're giving you a pass because of the pandemic from the state. And
right. I mean, this has moved into a way of life. Yeah, so it's just important, and I think again, if you've got an issue with your child, if you've got a family issue where even remote learning is not working out, I would encourage parents to call the school district, talk to the principal, talk to the superintendent, speak with a teacher or a counselor and say, because of this, my child is having to work, and because of this, my family's this, or because of this, my oldest child is always going to be late because they're taking care of getting their younger sibling out the door. It's not that schools are unfeeling. It's just that you've got to work, you've got to communicate.
So you're bringing me back to, why I have the Ask Dr. B Good show. Not only to become an advocate for your child, a better advocate,
right?
But also, to answer questions if you're having trouble at school, if you're getting resistance from the teacher, from the principal, and you don't know what else to do, then pop me an email. I'm
yes.
the Ask Dr. Be Good because I'm a sharer. I've always been a sharer.
Yes.
That's why I'm in the teaching business. And I'm happy to give you the professional dialogue necessary to further your issue at school in a way that will keep them listening instead of turning them off.
Right.
Because frankly, a lot of approach administrators in a very negative way, and that just totally does not help your cause.
Right.
Even no matter how good your cause is, if you approach it in a really strong negative way, especially right now, our personnel at school is so stressed. They are really having to problem solve every single second of the day.
Right.
And so anytime that you be part of a problem solving issue with them in a professional way, you will get your cause furthered than if you go in a really negative,
absolutely,
finger pointing.
Absolutely.
Mean. So please, let me help you. 8:00 on Sundays, you can hear all sorts of public education issues, practices, opportunities that you have that you may not have known about, but you do need to know about, because
right.
frankly, if we don't graduate these kids beyond hourly wage salaries, then we're not going to have a strong future as far as our economics is concerned. So,
and so well said. So well said.
Well,
Sundays,
yeah.
And here's the thing too. The other side of it is that when you've got seats in the butts. No, butts in the seats.
The other way around.
I didn't graduate from high school.
How'd we do that?
This is what happens. When you don't graduate from high school, this is what happens. No.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, kids. When you put butts in the seats, that equals higher test scores, higher level of competency across all the disciplines. Students feel better. I've said this in court for years. Kids don't come out of the womb going, I can't wait to fail.
Right.
They just don't.
Yep. Well, and it's true.
And so when you solve your truancy issue, you solve so many more issues. And that's the big deal. And it was fun, Dr. Good. You and I have a mutual counselor in common. And she and I did an SABIP together at 8:00 at night.
SAB, okay, say what
Student
that
Attendance
is.
Behavior
There
Improvement
you go.
Plan.
Okay.
At 8:00 at night.
Education acronyms.
Yes. Well, and there were a lot of them.
That's a whole show in and of itself.
It
That's
really
Dr.
is.
Good's second show she's going to be doing.
They run competitive with baseball
Yeah.
on acronyms. But but we did she did her first SABIP with a parent with me on the phone at 8:00 at night. And what the SABIP taught her, the Student Attendance Behavior Intervention meeting taught her, was that this parent had gotten COVID-19 in August. Her kids got COVID-19 in August. They fired her from her job. She had no job, no internet, called the school, asked for help with everything crazy going on in those first 2 weeks. Somehow her number got misplaced. And from August until 2 nights ago, her kids couldn't get on the internet. Now, did the mom call back up? She didn't. But we found out that mom had all kinds of other issues and is just now healthy enough and has finally got a new job.
Wow.
And food was scarce.
Oh, I'm
and
sure
I've always
when you
said
lose your
this.
job, that's what happens.
I've always said that when a parent has to worry about where their child's next meal comes from,
Yeah.
it's hard to focus on making herself or himself better in a job.
Yeah.
Because they're worried about where am I going to feed my kids for breakfast.
Yeah.
And so this is so much bigger than missing school. If kids are missing school or class, there's something else going on. And truancy opens that door, and all three of us were crying on the phone.
Yeah.
On our Zoom call on the phone.
Well, you're reminding me of my very first doctorate class, very first one, but one of the first classes, and we read in the textbook that said until the school forms an intradependent, not intradependent relationship with a parent, i.e. the parent goes to the school. Whenever there's an issue, the first place the parent goes is the school to help fix that issue, then you're not going to get from the kid and the family what you need. You need to build those interpersonal relationships with parents so that they see the school as that community safe place to go when there are issues that impacting the family. And so sounds like we still have some inroads to make with some of our personnel, and that's our constant work. It's the adults. Remember, I have an article that's out there on LinkedIn. If you want to read it, 100% of the issues with kids has some issue based with adults.
Right. Well, tune into Dr. Good's show, the Ask Dr. B Good show on Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Phenomenal show, phenomenal guests. Just can't say enough good stuff. She plugged her show better than we plug her show now.
And let me tell you something. Dr. B Good show is the #1 rated show on the JPK Broadcasting Network.
Love it, and love it.
She will go out as our sweeps winner when December 30th hits.
I love it.
So congratulations to the Ask Dr. B Good show.
Knocking it out of the park.
Thank you. It's it's been a fun time.
It's been a learning experience. You're being kind. It's been a learning experience.
Well, she was our first show on the network other than our own. So,
Right.
Yeah, so there you go. That guinea pig roll, there you go.
Luckily, the information has been important enough to sort of wade through some of the technical issues that have
Yep.
happened.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, and it's a huge. This show is, if you're worried, if you're hearing all these rumors, this is happening in Austin, this is happening in Austin, this is gonna, the sky is falling kind of a theory. Tune into Dr. Good's show. Reach out to her. Ask her, hey, is there anything legitimate to this rumor? I told both of my girlfriends, I'm like, y'all need to tune in to one of the shows on our network because she'll be talking about what's going on during session. Anything you hear right now, I really just think it's rumors and it's people panicking, So tune into Dr. Good's show and she'll give you the straight scoop. Is that a thing? The skinny scoop?
Well, thank you.
That's a
Well,
thing.
It's a pleasure to be able to share what's going on in my world, in your world.
There you go. Thanks so much. We love you, Dr. Good. Merry Christmas.
Later, you too. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas, Dr. Good. All right.
People are asking what the number is.
Well, I know. I'm getting ready to. So did you find the number
dun,
on
dun.
Switcher?
Woohoo!
Throw it out there. 214-494.
Okay, I'm putting it on our feed.
1244. But you got to wait for Santa to make the call.
214-494.
1244.
244-1244.
So, and
But
Santa will tell you when to call in.
Yes, Santa will give the word.
Santa says he's very magical, but for some reason he's not gotten the Zoom link yet. Let me see. Well, Santa's email is extremely packed. I think he told me yesterday, you know how many people he had in his email yesterday? 9 billion emails yesterday.
9 billion.
And his
Santa.
elves will have them done by this evening. Oh, I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
Do a search for it.
Well, and Kathy, I'm going to kick this off now, and I'm going to turn it over to you because you're the one that produced this segment. Toxic positivity.
Okay, so if you're wondering, you're like in the description, you're like toxic positivity, what the heck? And then God, Kathy must be the very definition of that. Okay, so let me pull up the article and so I can speak exactly verbatim from what this had said. it says toxic positivity, and it caught my attention when I saw this, and I'm like, what the heck? Because you know me, I am. We've had so much politically correct stuff go wrong, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and you've got to be offended by everything. So I saw this. It was Elle magazine, and it said it was one of the things that popped up on my newsfeed. It said toxic positivity is on the rise. Are you guilty of spreading it? The simple truth is we can't heal grief with cat memes or fix heartbreak with quote unquote good vibes. So this is the individual writing this says
Hold on, we've got a caller.
but it's too early.
I know, but we got a caller. Good morning, caller. This is JP, Kathy, and the crew. we got bird.
Well, no, it's still ringing.
Oh, press 1.
Something's still
How
ringing.
do I press 1? Hello, this is. Oh, we lost our caller. Well, you can always call back, but Santa's going to tell you when to call.
Santa. You got to wait and talk to Santa. So anyways, this lady says, I'm a highly anxious person whose brain turns every minor issue into a full-blown catastrophe. Over the years, I've grown accustomed to friends rolling their eyes at my latest concern of the day. But when my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer at age 58, loved ones treated it like one of my silly problems, and silly is in quotes. Instead of real support, I was bombarded with messages telling me to think positive. When I tried to talk about my mom's prognosis, my feelings were swept aside and with statements like everything will be okay, sending good vibes. I know that no one really knows what to say at a time like this, but I felt like I was being gaslit, which I didn't even know that word until just like the last few months anyways, or like the last 6 months. The worst things in my life became the more inane platitudes were sent my way. Friends were well-intentioned, but trying to suppress my pain with hyper happy statements, and it wasn't helpful. It was toxic. When people use or demand emotions or optimism in a way that causes people to feel oppressed or disregarded, that's toxic positivity. Stephanie Preston, PhD, professor of psychology at the University of Michigan, explains. It ranges from people actively trying to maintain their own spirits or sticking their head in the sand to forcefully prevent others from voicing uncomfortable concerns. No matter how well-meaning such blind positivity can be, the repressive or it is repressive. It can feel repressive or invalidating to others. In a year with a global pandemic, economic uncertainty, and widespread social unrest, toxic positivity, where negative emotions, sadness, anxiety, worry, and disappointment are viewed as inherently wrong rather than just a normal part of the human experience, is rampant. During the pandemic, we're all struggling to deal with a situation we've never before experienced. And although we're all going through it at the same time, not all of us are going through it the same way, says Natalie Datillo, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, PhD, director of psychology at Brigham and Women's Hospital. So, and this goes on to talk about some other situations with folks, and we may get into those specifics if we can. But I know JP's got a thought on this, because this is in your other consulting business. This is not toxic positivity necessarily, but how do you handle appropriately grief and tragedy and things of that nature? My first inclination when I read this, and I had to read through this a couple of times, and my husband and I talked at length on this article. First of all, I don't like the term toxic positivity because being positive is not toxic. Being positive is a good thing in my mind. Now, that being said, do I understand that horrible things happen to people? John, I know, JP, to this day, you still miss your mother like crazy.
Oh, like crazy.
My
dad and I both.
That's just, it's a grief that you guys just, y'all have had a really hard time moving on, So here's the thing. I know that, so I'm very aware of that when I talk to you, and I make sure that, when there's a milestone, when it would have been your mom's birthday or your parents' anniversary, that I make sure I send you and or your dad, a positive note. But I don't make it like a cat meme, and no offense to cat memes. You just say, hey, just wanted to check up on you today. I love you. Thinking about you, praying for you. Sometimes I'm going to light a candle at church for you. I want to make sure that this is not going to be the next thing that's out there where they, like everything else, when we had, all the snowflake term was born and things like that, and people, everything was, I'm microaggressed and I'm macroaggressed. I think as society, we need to be really careful that we don't go down a negative path. It's something Dr. Good says when she talks about COVID is COVID blessings. Now you have to look for them, but in education, there have been some big blessings because there are opportunities now. Hey, if a kid breaks their leg and they're at home for a week, you can do remote learning. Bless you.
Thank you.
There's people have been spending time with their family they might not have spent together. Again, and I know it's tons of tragedy. I don't want to be the person who thinks that it's all a utopian society and I'm being Pollyanna kind of a thing. But I want to make sure that when we put something like the word toxic positivity at the beginning of an article, that doesn't become something. And I'm about to turn it over to you, JP, but because the thing that I kept going back to when I was reading this article was, okay, first of all, it sounds like this is kind of the glass. There are people who the glass is half full. I tend to be on that side of the spectrum. There are people the glass is half empty, and some people it's shattered and on the floor. And okay, you get it. And so I treat my friends accordingly because just like I've got friends who would never want to hear about sports, but then I've got friends who do want to talk about sports. Have friends who want to hear about my kids, have friends who don't want to hear about kids. They don't have kids. They're like, it's all good. People who want to hear about my puppy, most people are like, oh, please stop talking about your puppy. That's all you ever do.
No,
Kathy,
I like it when you talk about your puppy.
That's why you get Kira pictures.
And they're adorable.
So thank you. So, so I don't want this to turn into a thing where people who are positive feel like it's a crime to be positive because we're in a bad time in society. I'm not denying that. I understand there's unrest. I understand there's violence on the streets. I get all of that, but don't send me away from saying something positive or trying to look for a bright spot in a dark place. That's how I survive. I survive by looking for, now when somebody loses their parent, when somebody loses a family member tragically, do I try to go, it's all good. It'll be okay. No, that's not where you go with that. This person sounds like they take to social media, and that's another thing, and I'd love to talk about this and get your take on this, JP. When somebody takes to social media and they ask for prayers for a family member or for a situation, you are opening yourself up for somebody to say, here's a meme, here's a sending good vibes, here's a thumbs up, here's buck up, it's going to be okay. So if you don't like those responses on social media, then my thought is, don't post on social media. If you don't like the response you're getting from friends and family, because maybe you are a more negative person, and so they're going to automatically go, okay, what's going on now? Then you know what? Then don't reach out to those friends and family. They don't need to be in your, and Lisa and I talk about this on our show, your top 10, people in your phone book, that those are the people you reach out to and surround yourself with because you're like-minded, because you know they're going to lift you up when you are down. Right?
Yes.
So, okay. And go ahead, because this is something you do, y'all, for your consulting business for Truancy, this dealing with grief in the right way is something you guys teach your educators, correct?
That is correct. In fact, it's what we call our day one training. And
so it's that important.
It is.
Okay.
And our day one training is about teaching how to reconnect with
Right.
your students, especially at-risk kids. And one of the things, and I've brought it up, I'm not going to share it out there because it's a fairly, lengthy video, but lengthy for what we do here on the air. But you can go to it on YouTube. It's an RSA, and it's brought to you by Brenna, Brene, Brown, on empathy.
Okay.
And it's an RSA Shorts is what it's called. And again, that's Brene, Brene,
Okay.
Brown. And what she does is she takes and talks about empathy versus sympathy.
And there's a big difference.
And there's a huge difference. And 90% of the time, people don't want your sympathy. they want empathy. And empathy is something you can teach, and it's something that you can pass on to your students.
Right.
And so that's what we talk about in our day one training, is what that difference looks like.
Right.
And it's a cute little cartoon. It's got a bear and this little fox with a little cloud over her head was raining. And then it shows this other fox come down the ladder in the hole that she's in, and just, oh, don't worry, it'll be great. And, I had worse happen to me yesterday.
Oh, the one up, that makes me crazy.
Yeah. And so it's really a good one. If you get to go to YouTube, take your kids to it. It's a great little video. I think 5 minutes, about 5 minutes long. And it'll really enlighten you. And the thing is that we have become so in tune with the use of the English language, like toxic positivity. The author wanted to grab your attention.
And boy did she.
And she did. She grabbed your attention.
She did, because I had I literally had a visceral reaction.
And then when you read the article, you kind of understand it, but it's like, why are you coordinating those two words together?
And I don't want that to be a thing.
Right. And that's where I think you and a lot of other people, myself included, have an issue with taking a topic like that and titling it like that.
Right.
And
I think
especially
now.
Now.
I think it's irresponsible, yes, like you said, especially during a time such as this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on on.
No, go ahead, Shamriel.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Breathe the intern.
I understand where she's coming from and why she put it together. As a youth or younger.
As a younger person, that's okay.
Younger person.
Yeah, I just found out we weren't hip doing group text messages with the youth.
I think when we're going through things, we get told to keep our head up, but no one is giving us guidance. So that's what I think that's what she was really seeking from.
Okay.
As human beings, we just get kind of comforting, like we comfort people instead of kind of helping them and showing them the way, especially as a youth. Like if someone passes you, you just tell me to keep my head up, but tell me how I can get through it, or show me how to do something different, or what helped you when you were going through something. Don't kind of just be so positive. Help me out a little bit. Like show me the way.
I think that's good. So it's almost like, and I think this is what you guys do with your day one training, JP. Model that for me, or sit me down and take the time to say, hey, when I lost somebody I loved, and that's when you don't want to, you're not one-upping the person, but hey, when I lost my grandmother, at first, nobody could console me.
Yeah.
No, nobody. I knew it was coming. There was nothing anybody could say to me in any way, shape, or form to console me, and so people just knew to say, hey, I know you really loved your grandmother. I'm very sorry. I know she was one of your best friends, and really, that's all I needed to hear from people who knew how close I was to my grandmother. But now years down the road, when one of my friends loses somebody close to them, and and I'm at the age where people we're starting, my age group is starting to lose their parents. JP just lost his mom a few years ago. It's almost like if you've got that, here's how I got through, maybe this will help you.
Yeah.
Maybe so you're kind of like being more aware of what's instead of just keep hold your head high.
Yeah, because some people are too positive, and it's almost like a sarcastic positive sometimes.
And then you take it the wrong.
And we've got comments as well. I think good comments. Eric Verdugo says clickbait headliners, and we've talked about that.
Oh,
it absolutely is.
And they suckered me,
sucker,
because I saw toxic positivity. I said, you can't say that about being positive, and then. Well, what was I doing?
Right, clickbait.
Reading the article, sending it to you,
Then so Fred says, because negativity sells, and he's right. That's what's going on. And then Marvin, says,
true.
I think it is wrong for the media to keep saying how many people have tested positive for COVID and how many have died from it. I quit watching TV due to that, and I am sorry if I've upset anyone. You haven't upset me, Marvin. I agree with you.
I don't watch it.
They made it look like a darn zombie apocalypse was coming by putting the cell up there and the whole night, and then the death count.
Well, and again, I get it, and I know that's readily available. I want to hear some stories about people. How did they overcome it? Who overcame it? Or what are people doing to beef up their immune system? That's something we talk about with Dr. Good a lot on our show. She's a big health fanatic. And I don't mean that.
As I sit here and drink 400-calorie coffee.
Yeah, there you go. And I don't mean phonetic in a bad way. She's very. She's one of those go-to people. I'm like, I've heard about this new herb. What are your thoughts on this? Or people are saying try this. What do you think? So go to someone who knows how to, or do more news stories on. Here's how to keep your immune system up. Elderberry's good. Oregano's good. This is good. That's good. I want to hear something like Jackson Turner, our young friend who's a good friend of the show. Luckily, he was highlighted on the news just in the last couple of days because of all of the baby products that he has gotten funding for, donated to his charity. I want to hear more stories about the Jacksons of the world. I want to hear more stories about, how do you keep your family safe during Christmas? I don't know. Yeah, I know what the death count is. It's shoved down my throat.
Right.
And I think at some point, if we get, and I know, JP, and we've talked about this on our mental health moment, and we talk about it and we're screaming about it until somebody listens. If all you hear is negative and negative and negative and negative and negative, and it's all bad and doom and gloom and the sky is falling, look at the record number of suicides, of alcohol abuse, drug abuse, spousal abuse. It's not okay.
It's not. And we've got some more comments on Restream chat. Eric says, run an exercise, by golly, because, of course, he's in charge of the running group.
Well, that helps.
And I want to launch a little thing with him next year.
Oh, would love
about
that.
the running group that he has.
Yep, would love that.
And then Julie says, listen, don't judge or fix the problem. Amen. And that's what the little video says.
And sometimes that's, well, like Chambrielle said, don't tell me to, hold my head high. Show me. Or hey, when somebody's struggling, sometimes just saying, I am so sorry for your loss. Maybe that's all you have to say.
Well, again, it's the walking in their shoes. What would you want to hear?
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fred says you need to work on being positive. I teach people how to change their mental input by replacing one bad habit with a good habit, right?
Amen,
And
Fred.
then he says, or one good thought even once a week. I've got all these notifications popping up. And he said you need to do something for 21 straight days to change a habit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
right.
Now I'd heard 14, but 21 makes sense. Yeah, if you want something to become a habit. No, and again, when you lose a parent or a loved one, no, that's not going to be the day you're going to be like, okay, for the next 21 days, I'm going to be positive and think this. I think a loss and tragedy, those are a one-off. Yeah, that's like a totally different category. I think just in the meantime, well, for example, on social media, I like to post uplifting things. I had a college friend. If they're still a friend, I think I may have had to block them. And they, during the election, put some of the most negative, crude stuff out there. And I sent a private message and said, hey, if you'll look at my Facebook post, outside of me putting my show on there, the JP Kathy and the Crew show and Heart and Soul of Texas Women show, outside of that, I post things that are like, hey, it's family member's birthday, or, my son's doing a concert, or, here's a cute picture of my kids with my puppy, and here's just a picture of my cute puppy dressed up like the Easter Bunny. I try to put positive things out there, because I think when people are looking through social media, you're kind of looking for a lift in your day. Hey, what do folks have going on? And, oh, that's nice. Oh, yes. Oh, so-and-so, just ran a marathon. Good for them. I don't know.
Well, and speaking about marathons.
That's clickbait, boy, that's for sure.
Thinking about marathons, we are coming to the end of the Christmas marathon because next week is Christmas. And
it never ends.
So if you're still looking, well, it never ends for me. If you're still looking
we celebrate Christmas all the time because that's the birth of our Savior.
If you're still, well, I could tell you did take your steroids today.
Woo,
buddy.
Breathers are us.
You're on fire.
Breathing machines are us.
I just need to stay home on those days. If you will bring up,
no.
Chambrielle, I have emailed you a men's and women's. There we go. Very good. So gift ideas are still out there and amongst us. And look at this. I would lose my mind if somebody got me the entire grouping of those pictures.
Oh, that's fantastic. Where is that?
So if you go to goodhousekeeping.com, they've got an article, 60 best gifts to get all the men in your life.
Where is this again? That's
goodhousekeeping.com. So if you will scroll for me, of course, I love all of those. So you can buy me those.
I love that.
How about
this?
this?
What Star Wars fan doesn't dig that?
Check this out. How about a portable campfire? How cool is that? $31.99, and you've got your own instant campfire. You don't even have to build the darn thing.
See, but that was part of the fun. Like when my daughter was doing Girl Scouts and my son was doing Boy Scouts, the fun was having to build that because it was such a successful feeling.
Yeah, but I don't have
when
to,
the kids got it up and going.
Yeah, I don't have
you're
to
not
work.
you're not working on a merit badge.
Not anymore. When I was younger, yeah, not as an old man. All right, keep going, Chambriel. That's a fun gift. Love that. Give them. What Chambriel? Where'd you go? Come back. Echo Dot 4th generation, $29.99 right now. Alexa
the government is listening.
Well, they're listening anyways. You can connect it to your smart devices. It can play your favorite music, podcasts. So, and this is an upgrade from the other ones, so the other Echo Dot. So, all right, Chambriel, take us down. How about this? How about their very own beer subscription to a craft beer club? All right, Fred, I know that you got to like that because you're New York, Fred.
We talked about what people think about like the fruit of the month or the beer of the month. Fruit of the month is Seinfeld episode. And also Everybody Loves Raymond. The fruit, it just keeps coming. We were talking about that as it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
You know?
So keep going on down there, Chambriel. We're not going to cover all 60, but we're going to cover some fun ones. All right, how about this? The 3-in-1 charging stand. Who doesn't need that? $27.92. And he can charge his watch, his phone, and his earbuds all at the same time. How about this? An all-access pass. You ready for that? To Gordon Ramsay and Cooking with Gordon Ramsay in his master class.
Oh, now that's cool as all get out. Oh, by the way, Charles said when Santa calls in, he was able to fix the Google, our Google line, so it doesn't screen. That's what happened is one of your callers got screened.
Oh, gotcha.
So he said he's been able to fix that. So it will have no issues when Santa comes on.
Gotcha. Okay. So Fred goes, beer of the month. Love it. All right. Now,
I'm in.
What man doesn't need this? A shiatsu back, shoulder, and neck massage. $69.99. And the gift that keeps giving for sure. So when you create that honey-do list for your man, you can say, here, honey, have him neck massage now after you've done all these great chores for me. Number 7. I'm
still hoping for the shiatsu foot massager. I think I kind of beat that horse to where it was like, okay, I think Kathy wants a shiatsu foot massager.
All right. And so let's see.
I got to look at the neck one, though.
The hooky ring toss game, $28.99. This is something you could do for hours. You know how they have the axe throwing? And someone's got to help me out with that. Who on earth had decided it was a good idea to mix alcohol with non-professional axe throwers in a room with other people drinking alcohol?
Wait, what now?
Who
what
came
about
up
drinking
with that?
alcohol?
I knew you weren't listening.
No, because I'm sorry.
My question is,
I'm spreading toxic positivity.
Who in the world opens up a storefront that sells alcohol and axes to people to throw that are amateurs, not professional axe throwers, with other people in the room drinking alcohol?
That's
Who
why
thought
you
that
need
was a
to
good
do
idea?
The numbers and the hooks or darts.
Who thought that was a good idea? So this takes the axe out of the hand. How many people have died at the hand of a hula hoop? Not many.
No, well.
So, but how fun is that? All right, keep going here.
Hula hoop rocks. That's a 3 martini
top
lunch.
100 movies. This is fun for movie buffs.
Oh, and I want to talk about that. Let's talk about our favorite Christmas movies.
Okay, $29.97. We can ask Santa what his favorite Christmas movie
Yes.
is. Again, if you'll notice, all these gifts are under $100. They're great gifts.
What's the site again?
It's goodhousekeeping.com.
That's right.
Men's gifts. All right, keep going, Chamber. We're going to get to the top 10, then we're going to go to women. All right. Where did she go? Sleep aid device. Is your man snoring? Is your man having a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep?
And yes.
So this sleep aid device, $59.20, but it's great because it'll help him get a full night's sleep.
How?
Because it has this touch sensitive that teaches him how to fall asleep naturally in half of the amount of time that it would take him normally.
Now, this isn't in place of like a CPAP, because my husband has a CPAP
No, this is not in place
machine.
of a CPAP
Okay, because I was going to say, we can't get rid of
but
that
it's
CPAP
like going to help
machine.
your mind relax, all of that good stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then
get your
number
phone
10,
out of bed with you.
Right. Number 10, the Air Fryer Max XL. I highly recommend this for every man.
My daughter just got, not the XL, my daughter just got an air fryer, and she has lost her mind, loves it so much. Yeah.
Well, this little countertop doodaddy McJagger does a great job on chicken wings, sweet potato fries in just minutes, and helps keep the fat and the calories off. And so what a great gift, and there you go. Marvin Johnson says, women do not need to throw axes because I have 12 ex-wives. That's funny. Eric Verdugo says, axe throwing and booze is just escalating from bowling. Yeah, that's true, too. Fred goes, there's an axe throwing bar in McKinney. Marvin
there
says,
is?
hush, Michelle. Michelle says there's a league starting in a few weeks for axe throwing.
I love
Again,
it.
why would you mix alcohol, people who don't know how to throw an axe, with axes that they throw at a target? With other people in the room.
I've thrown an axe, yeah, but I'm sure it's not like you're sitting against the wall. I know out at the Scarborough Fair, which, gosh, I hope they have Scarborough Fair again this year. I'll have a glass of mead, and then I'll go throw an axe. But it's not, there's not anyone anywhere remotely close to the target.
Yeah, but
and there's knife throwing and axe throwing at Scarborough Fair.
Yeah, but that's Scarborough Fair.
Both.
This is a restaurant. Like, you got people like within 8 feet of you next to you throwing axes.
But as long as
well.
they're not throwing in my direction, I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm drinking. I get drunk. I'm like, hey, y'all do it.
Okay,
Woo-hoo!
first of all, I'm drinking are words you barely ever say.
Well, yeah, not me. I'm saying people.
I'm getting drunk. No, when have you been drunk?
Never.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you
Never.
very much.
But I've watched it. That's for sure. All right. No, so Chambriel, take this down. Let's bring
Hey,
up.
watch this.
Yeah.
Hey, hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. Yeah, all that comes with
All
bad.
of that.
All right.
Oh.
So 50 amazing gifts for women. So Marvin and Fred and Eric and Kevin's and Coach. You guys need to pay attention. Here we go. So 50 good gifts for women. No, I'm promising you that video games are not it. Well, I can't help that.
They pop-up ads love JP.
So go on down. So it looks like slippers and a robe and a coffee maker. All looks like good stuff.
Well, what kind
so
of
number one?
What kind of slippers?
Well,
are
hold on
those,
a minute.
Though? We got to see.
For the one who deserves peace and comfort, how about pajamas? Nordstrom's sells pajamas that are amazing in their lingerie moonlight pajama line. And that gets 5 stars. Under $65.
Lingerie, anything that has to do with sleeping, lingerie, things of that nature. Most chicks dig that.
Yeah,
Most
well, this
chicks
is
dig that.
5-star pajamas.
Wow.
I didn't know there was a 5-star
I
pajama.
did not know that either.
But at Nordstrom's there is. Under $65. It's the lingerie moonlight pajama line. Number 2, for those who love getting their hair done, the Revlon one-step hair dryer and volumizer.
Ooh, that
fellas,
sounds kind of fun.
I know you may say, oh, that's a terrible gift. Nope, women love this stuff. They love it. And so, way good stuff here. Oh, Michelle says, if Kathy throws an axe like she rides a scooter, we're in trouble. Now, that's funny.
Yep, good one, Michelle. Yep, that's pretty,
All right.
pretty true.
Number 3, for the
I love you,
home chef,
Michelle.
the Always pan. I might need to get this. It's been reviewed by cooking writer Valerie Lee Stack. And this pan evidently is the new hottest gift for the 2020 holiday season. The influencer-approved kitchen item is not only stylish, but it gets the job done, and it's 8 pieces of cookware. It's a fry pan, saute pan, steamer, skillet, saucier, saucepan, nonstick pan, spatula, and spoon rest, all for $145. Well, there you go. And it's good for small spaces. Number 4, for the one working out at home, Lululemon Yoga Mat.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that, was that Goldie Hawn's daughter's company, maybe? I know those are great products.
So,
especially if you're into yoga.
Yeah, if
now,
you're into
again,
yoga.
you don't want to give your wife this or your girlfriend this if she's not into yoga.
Right, yeah,
that would
don't
be bad.
do that.
That
That
would be
would-
like a suggestion.
Yeah,
you
you'll be
know?
sleeping
Yeah,
outside.
not a good idea.
Between $68 $78. All right, number 5. For the one who loves their couch, a cozy throw blanket. Now, who doesn't love that, right? A nice blanket. Some of them are weighted. I've seen a lot of them on sale throughout the area at different stores. They're saying that Anthropologie's Sophie Faux Fur Throw Blanket, and I know that one is way good because I have that one.
Is that a good one?
That's a way good one. Cozy Chic Blanket, also really, really good. So there's a ton of them out there, but women love being able to curl up on the couch next to you, gentlemen, while they watch a movie with their blanket. And that ranges anywhere between $39 and $147. All right, for the one still using wired headphones, the Apple Airpods Pro. And so there you go. You can get them those so they can get out of the wires. And those are going to cost you about $219. They're saying I've seen them going for like $249 this year. So
well, and the good thing is I've seen so many great sales on everything that's still going on. I've never seen sales like I have this year, online, in person, you name it.
All right, so there we go. Number 7 for the Fitness Fanatic yoga pants. Again, before you do this, make sure the woman in your life really likes fitness. Yes. Don't go buy. This is like buying her a vacuum.
There you go.
You don't buy a vacuum at Christmas.
I don't know, unless it's a really cool vacuum. It says the person who's
it has
vacuuming
to dance
up.
And stuff.
Well, I mean, now it's one of those.
Now, Chambrielle's giving you the sideways eyebrows
she's like,
look.
No. Well, and when I was younger, no way would I've ever said, oh, it's cool to give me a kitchen appliance or a vacuum cleaner. But now that I'm in my 50s, I'm like, oh, like a really nice, cool new vacuum. I do like my vacuum cleaner already. But just so in case Michael's listening, no, don't need a new vacuum cleaner. But I just think that when you get older, like I'd like a new juicer. Mine gave up the ghost, my NutriBullet.
So Santa wants
not
in the
a
waiting
sponsor,
room,
but they
he
can
says.
be.
Have you let him in the waiting room?
But yeah, I think I think sometimes you might want some of these cool gadgets. I still want an Instapot.
Yeah, Instapot's way cool.
I still would like one of those.
So, and Eric Verdugo says the robot vacuum. Tom Plunkett says thank you, Santa, for the Beer of the Month Club. So he got that. All right. Tom says, thanks for the warning. I won't get girlfriend yoga pants. Laugh out loud. Number 8 on the list. Where are we at? For the simple one, Kate Spade pendant necklace. Yeah, jewelry always a big winner there.
You can, yeah. And now, unless I'm very simple on my jewelry and jewelry tastes. So I think, and again, know your lady. If your lady loves a different necklace for every day of the week, different bracelet, earrings, rings, but I'm more just kind of a minimalist when it comes to jewelry. It has to be symbolic. But Kate Spade, you can't go wrong with that.
No, Michelle says if he gets me a vacuum, he better have a plane ticket hidden in the box. All right, number 9. For the book lover, the Amazon Kindle Paperweight.
Oh, my.
So, and again, that's always a good reader. Amazon's really mastered that. Number 10, for the one who likes being comfortable, Barefoot Dreams Cozy Chic Cardigan. There you go.
Huh.
Okay. How cute is that? That's pretty cute. See, I think we should buy our women like generators or like, table saws, stuff like that.
No, you're not going to get far with that.
Yeah, you don't think so, huh?
Not so much.
All right, let's go to number 11. We're going to do the top 15 for women.
For Santa.
Well, Santa says, is he in the room? All right, so we'll bring Santa on in just a minute here. So,
yay, Santa.
Did you go to number 11? Okay, where's number 11?
Santa.
There you go. For the one who loves to cook, the Dutch oven. The Dutch oven is always a go-to. This is a great thing to get.
I have never cooked in a Dutch oven. What would be a recipe you would cook in a Dutch oven?
Oh my, pot roast.
Okay.
A chicken,
I'm not a big
whole
roast
chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And how long do you have to cook it for? Like if I put
like
a
35 minutes,
frozen
45
chicken,
minutes.
whole chicken in there.
Oh, frozen.
Yeah.
55 minutes.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I was gonna say. Because I'm a big crock pot girl, but a Dutch oven. So I would put. Okay, let's say I had a non-frozen big old chicken ready to go.
35, 40 minutes.
Really?
Cut your peas and carrots and your potatoes.
And put it all in there
with
with it while you cook it all together? Huh.
Drop a little water in there.
No, it's just, I'm 54 and I've
Some
never
spices.
cooked with a Dutch oven.
Oh, I love cooking in my Dutch oven. All right, here we go. Keep going.
That's a pretty one, though.
Number 12, for the one who should cook more, the Home Chef gift card. This is kind of cool, by the way. And
I've got some friends who do that, and they love it.
Do they? I haven't tried it yet, but this is kind of cool.
Yep.
All right, keep going. Here we go. Number 13, for the home entertainer, this is for Kathy, Capri Blue Volcano Jar Candles.
You can never go wrong with smell good products with me. Candle, lotion, perfume, anything, any kind of essential oil that I can put in my diffuser. You just can't go wrong with a good candle.
Well, and Julie Zeminski, she says, my angel mom would kill anyone who gave her anything with a handle on it. So there you go.
I love it.
All right, number 14, For the one who has a lot going on all the time, a gravity blanket. Yeah, this is extremely popular. Very therapeutic.
What is this? Because maybe I need this.
So this is kind of like that hug machine that Temple Grandin came up with.
Okay, I need one of these then.
It's a weighted blanket, and it really it just doesn't just keep you warm. It like makes you relax too. So
I need that.
But very ultra popular. The gravity blanket is like wearing a warm hug.
Yep.
Number 15. For the photo lover, Heart Custom Photo Art from Minted. And that's also awfully cute as well. So there are some gift ideas for you as we get ready to go into the home stretch. Christmas again next Friday.
Can't wait. We'll have a big Christmas episode this Friday.
We will.
And it might lead off with stories like this. Camel spotted shopping at Bath & Body Works.
Oh, yes, that was hilarious.
With
I saw
owner
that.
in Nevada. We'll have to stay tuned Friday. We'll pull up the picture. I saw this, and I immediately thought, JP and I will send each other pictures when we're at Bath & Body Works. I'm like, look where I am. And he's like, look at this. You'd lose your mind. 3 for 1, 2 for 1, buy one, get one.
Yeah.
But there's legitimately a camel. We'll show it on Friday. I
right, there is. It's hilarious.
I'm like, yeah, there's a story there.
All right. So with that being said, it's
Santa!
time for Santa. If you'll bring... Okay, Santa's coming in. Here he goes. Let's see where Santa is. You know, Santa, he may be on a little vacation before he does his big gift giving.
Ooh.
We'll have to check him out.
I think Santa works all day, 24/7 during December. Well, we'll ask him.
Well, where's he at? Oh my goodness gracious! There he is.
Santa!
Good morning, Santa. Holy cow! He joined us.
Whee!
Oh, we can't hear him. We got to turn the volume up, Santa. Oh, there he is. Can you turn his volume up? Oh, we have a caller. Hold on, Santa. We've already got a caller calling in.
Yay, Santa!
Hello, this is JP, Kathy, and the crew.
Hello. This is Lisa. How are you?
We're good. How are you,
morning.
Lisa? You're on with Santa.
I'm good. I'm on with Santa?
You are.
Oh. Just say prayers for me this morning, y'all. I'm going to take my insurance license test.
All right. She's going to take her insurance class again.
Well,
Here we go.
we're praying for you. Yeah, everybody from the crew, pray for Lisa.
All right, Santa, put in a prayer for Lisa. She's taking her insurance test.
Yeah, can you give somebody a passing grade as a Christmas present, Santa?
Right?
It depends on how good you've been during the year.
It depends on how she's been for the year.
Yeah, Santa wants to know, Lisa, have you been naughty or nice?
I'll plead the fifth.
That's my girl. That's my girl. I love it.
I've been good, no, really.
Well, Lisa,
I've been staying home and staying away from everybody.
Lisa, everybody's
Oh.
telling you good luck on the feed, and Santa's going to give you some good luck there, some magic, Christmas magic, and so good luck on your insurance exam.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
You
Now remember,
too.
don't forget when Santa says call in, be the 7th caller. You
Hey,
can win a
Dad.
$50 gift card to Amazon.
Okay, we will.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. We love you. Merry Christmas.
All right, when Santa tells you to call in, you're going to call in at 214-494-1244. And Santa is up. So, Santa, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite one is probably between It's a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, two
There
greats.
you go. Those are two great
Santa.
ones. Super classics.
Two greats. And from the crew, we want to hear what your favorite Christmas movies are on Friday. We're going to be talking about favorite Christmas songs and Christmas movies. Those are two good ones.
Miracle on
Santa.
34th Street, the original. That's my favorite.
That's a fantastic movie. I don't know. Elf may have edged those two out for me at this point in time in my life.
So, Santa Claus, what is the one thing you'd want to share with the world during the pandemic? Because it's been crazy.
The pandemic has changed the world, and I've seen the world before it happened and during its time. And the pandemic has really, I think, been overreacted to. We had a similar pandemic back, a little over 100 years ago, as I recall. And that pandemic, there were no separations. The things you should do anyway, washing your hands, limiting your contact with other people did on their own. There was no government mandate for that to occur. And I really think this pandemic had far too much government involvement.
So, Santa Claus, what would you tell the children that are out there waiting for you to come and hear you clamoring on their roofs and going down their chimneys? What do they need to do to make sure they're ready for you?
Same thing they've done in years past. Leave me cookies if at all possible.
Love
And if
it.
you can't leave me cookies, I understand.
Well, there you go. Leave them cookies. Now,
Do what your parents tell you. Make sure that you're on the good side, not on the naughty side of the list. That's what you've got to do this year, last year, and all the years before. Make sure that what you do is beneficial to you, your family, and the world as much as possible.
Yeah, you know, just because you're receiving gifts doesn't mean you can't go out there and spread some love and some cheer and some joy.
This is true. But giving gifts is not the way that you do that.
No, that's what I said. Even though you're receiving gifts, you can still go back out there. You're right, Santa, and you can be a kind, wonderful person and spread joy.
And that's how you get on the good list.
Ah, see? That's Santa is watching. So how is this Amazon? Because I'm sitting here with my phone in hand.
oh, yeah. So,
I'm
Santa,
not
you were right.
eligible.
This morning, I didn't have it in my pocket last night, but this morning I woke up and you put a $50 gift card in my pocket to give away today, Santa. Thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome.
And so, Santa, what caller do you want to take this morning to get the $50 gift card?
Number 7.
Number 7. So,
All
dial
right.
in right now at 214-494-1244. Again, that's 214-494-1244. And if you're the 7th caller, then you will win a $50 gift card, compliments of Santa.
So call.
The 3rd caller, call again, because that doesn't mean you won't still become the 7th caller.
There
you go. So if you're the
This
first
is
caller,
true.
call back until you're the 7th
Keep
one,
on
he says.
trying. I feel like that's back in the day trying to win Christmas tickets.
You're the first caller for JP, Kathy, and the crew. Call back, try again.
Oh, you didn't even let him say hi.
You don't let him say hi. That's not how it
Oh.
works. Remember, you're the 7th.
Okay,
you gotta
somebody
be the
call.
7th caller.
Okay, somebody else call. Wait.
You're caller number 2 for JP, Kathy, and the crew. Call back, taking the 7th caller.
I could hear the
Can you hear
our
it in the
show in the
background?
background.
They're calling in, Santa. We've got 2 callers already. It's called in. Oh, we got another one. You are the 3rd caller for JP, Kathy, and the crew. Call back. Be the 7th caller.
Oh, no.
And what was that number again?
Oh, here we go again.
The number is 214.
You are the 4th caller for JP, Kathy, and the crew. Call back. Be the 7th caller. So, Santa, if you had a $50 gift card, how would you spend it?
Santa has everything that he wants.
Oh, I like that. That's true. Santa has everything he wants or needs.
All right, so we're at caller number 5. We need 3 more callers. Who's going to be the winner of the $50 gift card? Call in at 214-494-1244. Again, that's 214-494-1244. Thank you for calling JP, Kathy, and the crew. You're the 5th caller. Call back. We're taking the 7th caller. All right, we're at caller number 6. People are calling in, Kathy. They want that $50 gift card.
I love it.
So, Santa, what is your favorite Christmas food?
Everybody already knows that.
Cookies. Yeah.
What about hot cocoa?
I only want sugar cookies.
Only sugar
I
cookies.
don't want real cookies. I like all cookies.
Oh.
So, and Charles, our technical guy, says the phone number is blowing up. Again, call it 214-494-1244. We are at caller 6, and one caller
We're
away
getting
from being the winner.
close.
So,
We're getting very
call in.
close.
I wonder if they've jammed up the phone lines.
I don't know.
So we're waiting. We got 2 more callers to go for a $50 gift card to Amazon that Santa is giving away. And so that's very, very cool.
We love it, Santa.
All right.
Santa, what's your favorite Christmas song?
That's so difficult because there are so many.
What would be your top three?
I think one of my favorites is Pretty Paper.
Okay.
Travis.
Yes.
Your caller number 6. You're one away. Call back for JP, Kathy, and the crew.
So next caller wins?
Next caller wins. Whoever calls
All
wins the
right.
$50 gift. Oh, here we go. Congratulations, caller number 7.
Whee!
You are the winner of Santa's $50 gift card. Who are we talking to this morning?
Tom Plunkett.
Hey, it's Tom Plunkett. Congratulations.
Oh, yay, congratulations. We had 32 callers before him.
Did we really? They were just
Yeah.
getting, they were jammed
They've
up.
been jammed up.
Now towards my Beer of the Month club.
That'll help you with the beer of the month. Tom, that's hilarious.
I don't know if you want to tell Santa that, Tom.
So, Tom, first of all, thank you for calling in and calling back and being a part of JP, Kathy, and the crew. If you had a message you wanted to send out to everybody before Christmas, what would you want to say?
I want to say thank you. Let's just finish up 2020, go into 2021 in more positive mode. And I want to say thank you for all my military brothers and sisters out there
Amen.
for serving and protecting our country.
Yes, Tom, thank you for serving our country and thank you to our military so we can be free and we can celebrate Christmas.
Amen. Well, Tom Plunkett's down the line. I'm going to hand you over to Chambrielle, and she's going to get your information, and we're going to send you out your $50 gift card from Santa. Spend it well, spend it wisely. It sounds like you're going to be using it for craft beer. And Merry
I'm
Christmas.
actually going to be donating this to my VFW, my local VFW.
Oh, there you
fantastic,
go.
Tom. Thank you for that.
Fantastic,
That
Tom.
Santa, your card went to a really good cause.
Thanks, guys.
Merry Christmas,
Thanks, Tom.
Tom.
The full name. I got to check, make sure he's on the good side.
Oh, he wants to make sure Tom's on the good list.
I think he's on the good list,
Chambrielle's
Santa.
getting the logistics of this down, and Santa's like, wait a second, I need to make sure he wasn't on the naughty list. Oh, too funny. Well, how fun. Well, Santa, so what word of advice can you give to the kids out there getting ready for Christmas Eve?
You need to back up for a second so that I can finish the 3 favorite Christmas songs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
Yeah,
far,
so
I got
Pretty
Pretty
Paper.
Silent Night,
Yes.
and of course, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Well, of course, Santa
But
Claus
of
is coming, but of
course.
course. Well, I can't
course.
thank you enough for taking away from your busy schedule, Santa. We want you to come back on Friday again. I think you're
Yes.
probably going to give us another giveaway, and so I know the crew would love that. Will you be willing to come on again on Friday?
Yes, I can come back on Friday.
Yay!
My schedule's busy, especially this time of year, but yeah. So
All
if
right.
you
Well, there you go.
don't-
We'll have Santa a week before Christmas Day.
Love it. And I mean, this is his busy time.
It is his
This
busy
is his
time.
super busy time.
Well, again, thank you, Santa,
We love
and
you,
thank you to
Santa.
your elf, who I know helped get you ready to go for the day's show. And be blessed, and we'll be talking to you.
Yeah, ho, ho, ho. We'll see you later.
Ho, ho,
Bye,
ho. We'll see you
Santa.
later. Well, how exciting is that? We have
fun.
Santa on JP, Kathy, and the crew.
Love it, and love it.
They don't have Santa Claus anywhere else. I'm just
I
saying.
don't know.
We must be on the good
we
list.
can't say that for sure, but we're just assuming.
We're just assuming. But, yeah, stay tuned for Friday, 8:45. Santa will be back. We'll have another gift giveaway for you, and we'll find out what number Santa wants to take caller-wise then.
Yes.
And so
Santa has checked and sees that Lisa's on the nice list, not naughty list, so she's going to be passing
pass that
today.
insurance test. You can
You
do
go,
it, by
girl.
golly. Oh, look, Coach Quigley said my wife was number 2 and JP told her to call back. Fud. Fred Nort goes, can Santa do a $50 gift card to Spencer's Gifts next time?
Oh, Fred,
Fred.
you're on the naughty list.
He probably is on the naughty
If you're
list.
shopping at Spencer's, is Spencer still around? Yeah, you're on the naughty list.
Gonna have I show
We
Kayla
love you,
later
Santa.
today
Oh,
or
Santa
Friday.
was trying to say bye to you,
Oh.
JP.
Santa, all of the others are Santa's helpers.
What now?
All of the other Santas you may see.
Are Santa's
Santa's
helpers. Gotcha.
All right.
Bye, Santa.
Bye, Santa. All right, Chambrielle, go ahead and I've sent you something that I want you to put up.
Good times. Thank you, Chambrielle.
So the elf sent me a picture of Santa getting ready for this morning's show.
Oh, no.
And so I have sent that over to Chambriel to put up.
We had over 60 calls.
69 callers today.
So.
Thank you, everybody. Awesome job. But this is a great picture of Santa getting ready. He was resting, I think. He's been in his workshop all night to JP, Kathy, and the crew. And let me double check that. Hopefully you've gotten your gift giving done and taken care of. If you have not, we'll have more gift giving ideas as well. And so we want you to be prepared so that the special person in your life doesn't get jacked with that guy. That's the, I love, and I say this every year, Kathy, I love going to the mall because I sit there,
Panic.
I get a good cup of coffee, I sit there and I watch all the men, and now women have begun joining them as well. And it's the deer in the headlights thing.
Well, and I wonder if that's going to be a little different this year because everybody's having to think ahead of time, really for anything that you do. There's no last minute get out, oh my goodness, let's do this. You've really got to think ahead of time. Oh, there's Santa getting ready.
He's got some packages around him, and
I love it.
There he is with his phone. And
Yay, Santa.
So what a great picture. Thank you to his elf for providing that. So we'll have Santa on and taking
back
care
on
of
Friday.
business. Yeah.
Very good. Well, we should have a fun show Friday. And, we're getting ready for the Christmas season. And let's remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. And like Santa said, the best gift you can give is kindness and a positive word and spread some joy out there because this really is a tough time for people. And, somebody may be having a really hard time and you don't know that your positive, kind word or a smile might not be something that just gets them through the day, because we've got people who are in need. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of our fellow human beings,
Right.
So, but good stuff. Do we have one of the Miss Texas ambassadors on Friday?
Do we? I don't know.
We will find out. I don't know if we've got one this Friday or if we're waiting till after the first of the year. So we'll ask our friend Susan at the Miss Texas pageant if we've got a Miss Texas ambassador. But we do want to encourage you to take care of each other. If you have someone in need in your family who is struggling with mental health, with depression, with anxiety, just please reach out to us. We can get Chris Getz from Acadia to help you. And if we don't know, between JP and myself and Chris and Patty and Steve, one of us knows somebody who can help you out. And it's private, completely in the vault. But don't neglect your mental health. You know, I mean, I know we're talking about how to stay safe. Even Santa said, wash your hands. Well, no doubt. I'm still shocked at all the people who didn't wash their hands before the pandemic, but that's a whole nother story. But, just physically, we're talking about what to do to take care of ourselves. We've got to talk mentally what we need to do to take care of ourselves and each other.
Yeah. Well, and we
love you.
We've got, and I want to do a huge, wacky, crazy, wild Friday.
Oh, no.
We'll do sports real quick and do some entertainment, but I want to get wacky crazy.
So we're just going to be zany.
So I want you to pile on the show stuff.
Yes, if you've got a zany, crazy Christmas story, send it our way.
Absolutely.
And we'd like to know from the crew, how are you spending Christmas? Is it going to look different? Are you going to church in person? Or are you doing online Christmas? At this point, I kind of would feel bad, I think, maybe not being able to take Kira to church with us, and she's been attending online church with us all this time during the pandemic.
And I wonder how the blessings are going to go for pets this year.
I don't know. So it's interesting, just different times, real different times. So we want to know what you're doing, how you're going to celebrate this Christmas, and we're going to be talking about favorite movies, favorite songs, crazy Christmas stories, which that means JP's already pulled a few, and I'm kind of scared to see what those are.
Oh, they're goodies but goodies. And you've got the camel one to start off, so you got to catch up.
They're goodies but goodies.
They're goodies but goodies. All right, and again,
I
so don't
love
forget
it.
to tune in on Friday. We're going to have a great time. Again, Tom Plunkett, congratulations. Santa's giveaway here on JP, Kathy, and the Crew, a $50 gift card to Amazon. And Fred, you never know, Spencer's may be the next one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun,
I don't
dun,
know.
dun.
Is that still a store?
Yeah, oh yeah, Spencer's Gifts.
Well,
yeah.
because like as the older malls like Collin Creek have gone out of business, that was kind of that. I thought that was kind of it.
No, they're over at Stonebriar.
They are.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
gosh,
know
yes.
that. Huh.
Yeah, because they sell a lot of T-shirts and shoes and stuff that kids like that are a little alternative.
Oh, I thought that was Hot Topic.
That's that too.
Okay.
But
I do know
Spencer's does
something.
too.
Yeah, we found out from Chambrielle the other day because we have a big group text for the owners and producers of the show, and so we were group texting, and Chambrielle said, for those of us who are young, just individually text me. And I said, oh no, we thought group texting was like meant we're hip and cool. And so I just found out the other day, group text does not mean you're hip and young and cool.
Yep.
So
So
yeah,
with
Chambrielle's
that,
just laughing and
Chambrielle,
shaking
get on
her head.
YouTube, find us some Christmas music, and send us out with some Christmas music. We want to be festive and happy-go-lucky. On Friday, also, we're going to talk just. Yeah, they're fine. Christmas music is okay.
We think most of the Christmas
Well, because I've been running
songs
it.
are.
I just typed
hope.
in Christmas music
hope.
on YouTube, and it
And
came
good
up.
morning
and
to my dad.
it
Good
worked
morning
out.
to Marvin. Good morning to
But-
Shay. Good morning to Karen.
Well-
Got all kinds of people tuning in.
And also on Friday, we want to do a little tribute to Charlie Pride.
Oh my goodness! Yes, we didn't get to do that today. Doggone it. Yes, we will definitely be honoring just an amazingly talented man and somebody who was a huge part of the community in the Dallas area and with the Texas Rangers and Charlie Pride. 2020 has taken some of the best musicians from us. I think that's one of the things that I will remember when I'm old and gray. I'm getting real close to that. Is all of the unbelievable musicians we have lost this year. Just really tragic if you're a music lover. So. Yeah, so we'll be celebrating his life on Friday as well. I'm glad
We
you
will.
remembered that. Thank you.
And
JP.
I reached out to Mary and Randy Travis and passed on my condolences because they were good friends with Charlie.
Absolutely.
And,
yeah, they ran in those same circles. Yeah.
I loved what she texted back. She said, "He will always remain in our hearts, and the world will always have the music of Pride. A very kind, gentle man with the memory of an elephant and the heart of a saint." Thank you, John.
Oh my goodness, what a nice,
Isn't that great?
nice comment.
Fantastic.
What a nice thing to say.
Anyways,
Well,
as we get
love
ready to go,
Mary and Randy.
have a very blessed day.
Mwah!
Be
We love
safe
you.
out there, and we will see you on Friday. Don't forget to tune in to our other shows here on the JPK Broadcasting Network. Go to jpkcrew.com.
Tons of shows.
Again, jpkcrew.com. Have a blessed day.
We love you.
Christmas time is coming.
Isn't that a great picture?
Oh, it's a fantastic picture of Santa. of Santa.